Please welcome Matt and Kendal Hagee.
Welcome to The Difference. You know, everyone's heard it said, great things come in small packages. Well, you are about to meet two entertainers that deliver some mighty big performances. Yes. Get ready to be amazed.
That's right. So, good Lord, I'm grateful. I want you to hashtag us GLIG and flood social media and tell everyone what you're grateful for. Today, I'm grateful for children. What a blessing they are. And these children have discovered the joy of music and the difference it can make in our own lives. The Bible says in Psalms 100, shout joyfully to the Lord and come before him with joyful singing. Well, you're about to see plenty of that.
You know, first up, he stars in the touring cast of Motown, the musical. Please welcome the very talented Nathaniel Cullors.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. I'm gonna make a difference. I'm gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the streets with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. And that's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Na 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 na. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize that there is someone with no home and not a nickel to load. Could it be really me pretending they are not alone? Oh, it'll deeply scar somebody's broken heart and a washed out dream. They follow the pattern of the wind, you see, 'cause they got nowhere to be. And that's why I'm starting with me, yeah. I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Gotta get it right while you got the time. You can't close your mind. Change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
Nathaniel Cullors. Man, come on down here and join us. My goodness. Let me borrow that. So, I mean, listening to what I just heard and knowing just a little bit about music, how often do you rehearse and work on your craft?
Ooh, every day, really.
You know, I think that's something that people really don't appreciate is how much you have to work at this craft to do it at the level of excellence you just said. How old are you?
I'm 15.
Well, congratulations.
15.
That is such a great,
that is so good.
great
How
thing
did
for
you
you
get
to
your
do.
first role on Broadway?
Well, it was in the story of getting told yes and getting told no. It started out with my aunt telling my mom about the show. Wow. And then from there, just audition in boys' camps, and then finally you got the yes.
You got the yes.
And you know, we're talking about the show that you're involved in on Broadway. You play some pretty powerful influences in music. You're actually cast there as Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder. Now, those two names bring a certain level of intimidation with them. How do you prepare to be those two vocalists?
Well, the Stevie Wonder role is more acting than it is singing. But Michael Jackson, I prepare because...
Dance moves and...
Yeah, he wasn't real stationary when he sang, was he?
Yeah, and we're dancing and singing the entire time. But YouTube University is what I call
YouTube
it.
University. So you've been to YouTube U, graduated with honors. You know, you're like the valedictorian. You're on a traveling show. What's the biggest challenge of portraying those two actors? Is there something that you're concerned, you know, how do I do this and do it well?
My biggest concern would have to be that everybody knows them, you know, so there's this, I have to find this like in between point, of like trying to be me and trying to put my own spin to it, and then also be Michael Jackson. Because if you go out there, nobody's gonna see Nathaniel Cullors. Everybody's gonna see Michael Jackson. And so, or Stevie Wonder. And so, it just kind of finding this in between point of like, well, I want to put my little spin to it and do everything like that, but then also embody Michael Jackson, not necessarily impersonate him. You know.
I understand that perfectly. You know, I mean, what we just saw here. You were certainly, you know, demonstrating a talent that you possess, and we could see that there was musical influences. You know, I'm the 6th generation of ministers in my family, and all of my life I've gotten people to tell me, you know, you remind me of your dad, which is a great compliment to remind somebody of someone else who does it well, but also to know that you have your own gift and your own talent. You know, congratulations for pursuing that at such a level of excellence and doing it in such a great way.
What is the best part of being on the tour?
Getting to see different cities every day and getting to touch different people,
How many cities you been to now?
It was 11.
11?
Yeah.
So does this make 12?
No.
You've been here.
Yes. But the thing is, because my constant prayer is that, God, when people see me, let them see you as well, right? Amen. And so as I travel different cities, it's amazing to see people go, oh, you blessed me and you touched me so much. Because that's all I've ever really wanted, is just to touch people and bless them. And so now that I get a chance to do that, you know, from city to city, not just here in San Antonio, just different places.
Different places in the world.
So music is work, but what do you listen to whenever you're not working?
A lot of pop music, a lot of R&B, some jazz here and there.
You ever heard of Canton Junction? No? They're a Dove Award-winning gospel group.
That's the group.
And they sing 4-part harmony. Very talented, gifted. You should check them out because we got an opening. And, you know, you never know when job transfers are going to come up. You know, if this Michael Jackson thing don't work out, would fit you right in over there. It would work. You know, when we come back, we're not only going to get to hear from another great entertainer, but a little heavenly joy is going to stop by and pay us a visit. You don't want to miss it. You're watching The Difference.
What you see is a child reaching for her mother. There's nothing more beautiful than for a child to know that they're loved. There are thousands of children who are reaching for someone who will not reach back because they're not there. This is the reason we're building the Sanctuary of Hope. I want you to help me help these children have a mother that will take care of them, that will love them, that when they cry in the night, someone will come. When they get hungry, someone will feed them. When it comes time to teach them the way of the Lord, that someone will be there. And together, with the Sanctuary of Hope, we can make this happen. God bless you for all that you do to make the Sanctuary of Hope a reality.
Help give the gift of life. Call the number on the screen or visit jhm.org.
Dear Pastor Hagee, I just wanted to write you to say how honored Rayla Jean and I are to have been partners in your ministry all these years, and to see all the amazing things you've accomplished around the world with the gifts we and others like us have gladly given over the years. Furthermore, it has been so refreshing to see younger generations coming on board to partner with you in spreading Christ's message to the world.
I want to welcome you both to partnership with John Hagee Ministries. Together, we will make a great impact for Christ around the world.
May God continue prospering you in all your endeavors. Your dear friends, Ron and Rayla Jean.
I want to thank you, our Salt Covenant partners, for making it possible for us to preach the gospel to the nations of the world. Thank you, and God bless you.
Become a Salt Covenant partner today. Call the toll-free number on the screen or visit us online at jhm.org.
Want a behind-the-scenes look at the difference? Learn interesting facts about our guests, comment on our segments, and find out more about the show by following Matt and Kendal Hagee on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Welcome back. She's a 6-year-old prodigy from California who recently made her mark on Steve Harvey's Little Big Shot show. Please welcome Heavenly Joy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your brother Charles Jenkins, straight out of Chi-Town. Introducing musical prodigy, 5-year-old Heavenly Joy. Let's go.
Got joy in my soul. Woo! Gotta see control. I got Satan on my trail, but I'm saying all is well. He's attacking every day, but I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back. This means war. This means war. This means war. This means war. Got joy in my soul. Gotta take control. Got Satan on my trail, but I'm saying all is well. He's attacking every day, but I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back. This means war.
So, have a seat. Have you ever been told you live up to your name?
I don't really hear that much, but...
Well, let me be the first to tell you, you have heavenly joy. Not only is that your name, but you can see it all over you, girl. When you sing, does anybody work with you on dance moves, or do those just come as you do it?
Well, my mom and my aunt kind of help me.
Uh-huh.
When I dance, they tell me to, do this dance move and stuff. So I just do what they told me to do.
Oh. So you're an obedient performer, but you know, like whenever you bring the sass and you kind of got all that attitude and stuff, and you stomping like that, that's you though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of bring that thing to it. Now, I was here just a few minutes ago with another young performer, very talented, young man by the name of Nathaniel Cullors. You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
You've heard of him. Okay, that's good. Have you ever heard of Canton Junction?
I've never heard of them.
Would you like to?
Sure.
Hit it, guys.
Tumbling, feel the walls start tumbling, tumbling.
What do you think? You like it?
Yeah, I can.
You kind of like that?
Yeah.
Something you might want to sing?
No.
Well, in case you have a friend that would like to buy a CD or something, you know, I got something right here in my pocket. It's stuck. It's such a small pocket and such a big record. Talk to my wife while I dig this out of my pocket.
So you sang America the Beautiful. Tell me about that.
Well, it was kind of really fun because I went on the National Republican Convention and I sang that, and it was really fun because I got to sing for Jesus.
Sing for Jesus. So were you nervous? Did you pray before you went on?
Of course I did. I always pray.
You always pray. That is so good.
And you actually have a Twitter feed where you ask people, you know, if they have a prayer need, that you'll pray for them too?
Yeah, sure. I'll pray for anybody.
You'll pray for anybody? Would you pray for Canton Junction?
Sure.
Well, we need prayer, because here's our CD that we want to give to you. You seen that guy before?
Yeah, it's you.
That's me. We need help in our dance moves category. Would you offer your assistance?
Sure.
Now, how long have you been singing?
Well, I've been singing, my mom used to, sing notes to me when I was, in her stomach. And then when I was, started singing, when I was, 3, I sang this, my first song called Jesus, Jesus, there's just something about that name, Master, Savior, Jesus.
That's a Bill Gaither song, and you know what? We sing a Bill Gaither song, too. Do you know who this is?
No.
You don't know who this is.
What's your favorite music to listen to?
Well, I actually like to listen to a lot of music. So it'd be...
We know what you don't listen to.
What?
Canton Junction. Yes. So, what kind of music do you listen to?
Well, I like to listen to Charles Jenkins, which is the song that I just sang.
Yes.
Michael Jackson, the Beatles, the Bee Gees.
So boy bands.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to another boy band. This is Canton Junction. Would you please take this CD?
Sure.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we've had breakthrough here on The Difference. We have gotten another young talent to enjoy more talent in Canton Junction. It only took 15 and a half minutes of this whole show, but thank you for finally receiving a gift, child, and listening to my music. Whew. You make people very happy. What do you like to do that makes you happy?
Well, what I like to do is probably... I have a lot of things that I have to do. Swimming.
I love to swim.
Yes, my favorite thing to do in summer. And my grandma and grandpa have an RV. I like to go with them, and they promise when I get back in California, they're going to give me a ride.
Well, Grandma and Grandpa, she's on her way home. Fire up the RV, fill it up with fuel, put the chips and the snacks in the back. Heavenly Joy's headed your way. As adorable as these children are, you know, a lot of people want to know, what's it take to raise a child in the spotlight? When we come back, we'll be visiting with some very important parents in Nathaniel and Heavenly's life.
Dear Pastor Hagee, I just wanted to write you to say how honored Rayla Jean and I are to have been partners in your ministry all these years, and to see all the amazing things you've accomplished around the world with the gifts we and others like us have gladly given over the years. Furthermore, it has been so refreshing to see younger generations coming on board to partner with you in spreading Christ's message to the world.
I want to welcome you both to partnership with John Hagee Ministries. Together, we will make a great impact for Christ around the world.
May God continue prospering you in all your endeavors, your dear friends, Ron and Rayla Jean.
I want to thank you, our Salt Covenant partners, for making it possible for us to preach the gospel to the nations of the world. Thank you, and God bless you.
Become a Salt Covenant partner today. Call the toll-free number on the screen or visit us online at jhm.org.
Want a behind-the-scenes look at the difference? Learn interesting facts about our guests, comment on our segments, and find out more about the show by following Matt and Kendal Hagee on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
What you see is a child reaching for her mother. There is nothing more beautiful than for a child to know that they're loved. There are thousands of children who are reaching for someone who will not reach back because they're not there. This is the reason we're building the Sanctuary of Hope. I want you to help me help these children have a mother that will take care of them, that will love them, that when they cry in the night, someone will come. When they get hungry, someone will feed them. When it comes time to teach them the way of the Lord, that someone will be there. And together, with the Sanctuary of Hope, we can make this happen. God bless you for all that you do to make the Sanctuary of Hope a reality.
Help give the gift of life. Call the number on the screen or visit jhm.org.
Welcome back to The Difference. Please welcome Nathaniel's mom, Nathaniel Cullors, and Heavenly Joy's mother, Joy Enriquez.
Thank you,
You know,
ladies, moms.
Your kids did such a great job. I'm a pastor. I have a lot of parents that I don't know any parent that does not believe that their children are talented, and all of them are talented in some way.
Right.
When did you know that your children had a God-given gift?
Well, actually, he's been singing since he's been 2, but I hear it all the time, so I'm like, go sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
So it hit me when he booked Motown. I was like, man, okay, you got a little bit of talent.
Somebody other than me likes you.
Right. Okay, so that really kind of put the nail in the coffin when he booked Motown, because he's been singing, so yeah, that's the point.
Well, yeah, and those are great breakthroughs. When did you know that Heavenly had something that needed to be shared?
I would have to say when she was in my womb, because many pastors had come to me and they said, the child that you're carrying is going to make a difference in this world. They said, some said, I never find out what if they're a female or male with any of my children. They said, but the one that's inside of you is a female, and she is going to bring joy to this world. She's going to sing, and she's going to be a light. And they said she's going to make a big difference. So I knew it when I was carrying her. Yeah. And I mean, we know something about every one of our children, but I knew it. And then when she was dedicated, I knew it. And then just...
It's just a confirmation, and then seeing what she's doing now.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Now, you know, Nathaniel brought up this, you know, in the interview we just had, where he was talking about, you know, applying and being rejected and putting his audition tapes out and hearing no. How do you as moms,
adjust to that?
You know, kind of pick them up whenever they hear you didn't make it? Because that's part of this business that they're in, isn't it?
That is. I normally just tell him, you know, what God has for you is for you. And you might not get it. It's not because you're not talented, because it's a God-given gift, but they're looking for something different at this time. So I just try to encourage him and lift him up. And so normally that works, you know.
Yeah. So. Not every door is your door.
That's
exactly.
Right. There's another door that opens.
You know, and I think that's something that a lot of parents need to know, regardless of what their children are involved in, because disappointment is part of life. You know, if you're auditioning for a part and you don't get it, that's disappointing. If you're trying out for a ball team and you don't get it, that's disappointing. But, you know, you just keep trying. You don't quit. You don't decide that one moment is the moment. You know, a lot of people, they always talk about, you know, Michael Jordan, he got cut when he was a freshman. And I always tell people, I said, well, if he'd have never tried out again, we wouldn't have ever known how good he was. You know, so he had to keep trying. But the other thing is, it wasn't the coach's fault that he got cut as a freshman. He wasn't good enough to make the team.
Yeah.
He went out and he got better, and in getting better, he came back and you know, he made a difference. You know, you guys work every day to improve, you know, your talents and your crafts. Do you set aside a time? Do you just kind of go about it as you do, or how do you keep in rehearsal and working towards that? Yeah.
Well, yes, I want to hear as I get older, I start to do a lot of things that require me to like practice and rehearse and different things like that. So like a school play or a school musical, and I'm in choir, you know. So no matter what, I'm always practicing my craft. I'm always doing that, and so that's how I kind of keep it up.
How about you, Heavenly?
Well, right now I'm in musical Lion King. I have to practice, and so, like you were talking about, like young Simba, what my mom said, I got that role, and so So I try to keep my balance with practicing my tap, practicing my Lion King, practicing my singing.
You're practicing all kinds of stuff. So, you know that song, I Just Can't Wait to Be King, do you get to sing that?
Yeah.
And I bet you have trouble whenever you say, everybody move left. I mean, you don't like telling people what to do you?
No.
No, but it's okay. You're just playing a role, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when it comes to balancing life, you mentioned other children. How many other children do you have?
I have 4 children. So
you have 4 children? And you have 3 children. Now, there's a lot of demand on this type of a lifestyle when you get involved in music and especially in travel. How do you as a mom spin all of those plates that you've got, you know, children doing multiple things at multiple times with great commitments? How do you work that in?
It is a sacrifice in all the families. So we normally sit everybody down and say, hey, you know, he booked this. We got to go here. How do you feel about it? And they normally, like, they be like, okay, whatever, because they don't think he's a star or anything. So they're like, yeah, okay, he's
Prophet
okay.
has no honor. Hey, Canton Junction is not loved even in their own studio. I get it. It's scriptural.
We definitely just talk to everybody. Me and my husband sit them down and talk to everybody, and we continue to pray as we separated. And then, so it takes prayer and a sacrifice on everybody.
Yeah. Now, you know, one of the things you talk about as a family, Nathaniel, could you do what you do without your family support?
Oh, no.
Heavenly, could you do what you do without your family support?
No.
You know, parents, regardless of the talent that your children have, whether they demonstrate it at an early age or it shows up later on in life, bottom line, God put them in your hands so that you could support them, recognize their gifts, and give them an opportunity to change the world. Today, we've met 2 world changers, even now, because they're sharing their gifts with God's love wrapped around it. Make sure your children know the importance of family and God's love and teach them to change the world.